Hello, beautiful world. For today, the question is, how do I find a good man? Most good women want to know how to find a good man. I've been asked this question a lot. Well, and I'm going to tell you the truth. And I'm not going to make this extremely long. I'm just going to try to make it very meaty. Before you can find a good man, of course, some of you already know this, you have to become a good woman. Um, a lot of women think that they are good women, and some, some of them are, but some of them need some work, even as much work as the good man that you eventually find is gonna need or more. But before you can find a good man, because it's almost impossible to find a good man if you're not a good woman, because eventually it will fall apart. A couple of things to let you know if you're a good woman or not. One of the main keys to being a good woman is actually knowing and loving God and what God loves. Being the balance that God wants you to be, the balance of light. Because if you're a woman that seeks after God's heart, truthfully, and I mean truthfully, you are a good woman. And you might be a good woman working in progress with other little minor things that you have that you're trying to get rid of and move to the side, because nobody's perfect. Everybody has faults. Even that good man that you're going to find that's going to fall in love with you. You have to make sure that you're lined up right with God. That's the start. That's the head. Like God is the Alpha and the Omega. That's the beginning and the end. And what I mean by that is, you know who you are. Some people lie to themselves, but you need to start seeking truth of yourself. Analyze yourself. I have this thing where I say, if you want an image of who you are opposed to God, look at it like this. Let me paint a picture for you. This is the image of who you are opposed to God. Just imagine that Jesus is holding up a picture. I'm sorry, that Jesus is holding up a mirror. Imagine Jesus is holding a mirror. Now, as you're looking directly into his face in the mirror, when you look into the mirror, you see your face. You see the stuff that's actually there, not just what you think, but what's actually there. Look at yourself through God's eyes. To do that, you got to seek him. You got to get to know him. You got to read. You got to study. You got to understand who he is. You can't go by just what the preacher says on the pulpit. You have to connect it to what your prayer, supplication, and studying to who God is. Find out who God is. Find out who and what he wants for you in your life. Look at the image in the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror. Jesus holding the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror. Analyze yourself with truth and honesty. Then look up a little bit and look at Jesus in his face. Look him in his face. And when you look back down, if you don't look like that, and what I mean by that is because none of us will look like that, but you understand what I'm saying, the process of your change, the process of who you want to be should be getting better and coming. Now, you'll never meet the standards and the level of God. You'll never meet it. But the transformation of what you believe and what you're striving for and who you're trying to be will make you an awesome woman of God. And when you're trying to find that good man and that great man, he'll see that in you if he's doing the same thing. If he's doing the same thing. Now, we have a lot of women who call themselves divas. Well, the definition of a diva is a female goddess. And we all know that goddesses are not of God. Okay. We have false gods out here. And all that stuff is connected with Egypt. I don't want to get into that. It's not good. Fake gods and false gods and all these gods, no. It doesn't work like that. Connect yourself with the real God. And get into yourself. Get into who you are. Figure out who you are. Analyze yourself. And clean up. Okay, this is my issue. See, because a lot of women are spiteful. They want issues. They have love myself issues. He was in the realm of, I am the I am. I am the Alpha and Omega. But most of the time, God talks to us. He wants us to love our neighbors and treat, people how we want to be treated. See, a lot of women get stuck on this love yourself. When you loving yourself too much, that you become selfish and you become full of yourself and you become vindictive and you gotta strike back when somebody strikes at you, that is not of God. A godly woman is supposed to be humble, loving, nurturing, submissive, not attitudish, not vulgarish, not vain, not ratchet, not ghetto, not crazy, not snap back, not I'm going to do this because you did that. That's not going to get you a good man. That's going to get you a man that's just like you in reverse. One man that might be eventually abusing physically and mentally and verbally and even spiritually. You have to be careful. One of the things we do wrong as a people when we're choosing someone, when we're choosing a mate or a companion or somebody we want to be with, and to see if this person is my husband or my wife. One of the things we do wrong, we actually do backwards. The first thing we do, we look for a physical attraction. Wrong. 90% of the time when you physically attracted to somebody, that's not the person that you need. You need a helpmeet. You need somebody that's gonna be your equal. You need somebody that's gonna help you. You need somebody that's gonna look, at the end of the day, the woman is the main one to choose a man. When two people meet and a man is, soliciting a woman, trying to, get her to go out with him, get to know me, and all that stuff, when it comes down to it and you get down the pike, when a man gets on one knee, you are the one to say, okay, yes, I will marry you. Yes, I love you. Yes, I want you to be the head of my family. Get that? The man asks, and the woman chooses by either saying yes or no. So you choosing your king. You're choosing the man to be submissive to. So that means when you say yes, you know this person is the right person. You hoping, that this person is the right person. But that he has the right qualities. Not that he's perfect, but he has the right qualities. Not that he might even be there right at that second. Because there needs to be a lot of counseling that goes on. But he has the potential to be the one. He is the one. And whatever issues we have, we're going to iron out and we're going to make this work. Because, it's not an easy thing. Two people coming from two different worlds is not an easy thing. But as a woman, you're actually the one who's choosing. Because when he asks, you don't have to say yes. So you have to remember, the king that you're choosing, the man that you're choosing, is going to be the head of the family. So if you're a person who don't get what you want, and you like to be mean, and you like to be evil, and you like to be heard all the time, and it doesn't matter about your feelings because I'm the woman. You're supposed to just take care of me, and I'm not supposed to take care of you, and I don't have to submit to you because I'm a queen. You're supposed to submit to me. You got it totally backwards, and you will not find a good man. You'll find somebody who's not going to lead you right and going to end up hurting you. You need not to look for an angry man, a man that's vindictive. You need to choose somebody who is going to cover you, who's going to love you, who's going to take care of you in every way that he can. But you have to be willing to do the same. Why do women think that your man is supposed to cater to you and you're not supposed to cater to him? Let me give it to you like this. If in a relationship that's working towards a marriage, because if you're not in a relationship that's working towards a marriage, then you're wasting your time. If in a relationship with a man and a woman, if you're working towards something, you are in the position to take care of him and he's in the position to take care of you. And if both of you are so selfless that you're just worrying about taking care of each other, you're going to have an awesome marriage. You're still going to have issues and problems because people don't agree with everything, but you're going to have an awesome relationship. But that's the problem. People in marriages and people in relationships are selfish. And you have to be selfless. And then you get into these relationships because he looks good and he has a good job and he's nice. Okay, those three things are great, but they can't hold a marriage together. So the first thing you need to do is get yourself together. Analyze yourself. Who are you, beautiful woman? Who are you? Are you a woman of God? Are you a woman of the scriptures? Are you a woman of Proverbs? Are you a virtuous woman? Are you a submissive woman? Because let me explain something to you women. And I'm talking to you godly women, or you women who want to be godly, or to you women who are working towards greatness. The man gets judged for the family. When it's all over and it's all said and done, when a man gets judged, he don't just get judged for himself. He gets judged for the family. The woman don't get judged for the family. She gets judged for herself and maybe some parts of how she helped raise her kids. But a man is held accountable. In the Garden of Eden, when Eve ate of the fruit, God didn't appear. God appeared when Adam ate the fruit. And he came into the garden, he asked, Adam, where are you? Where are you? And when God asks a question, it's not because he don't know. He's trying to get you to get right. Where are you, Adam? Adam said, I was hiding because I was naked. How did you know you was naked? Who told you you was naked, Adam? Be careful. Who told you was naked? See, when we don't listen to God, bad things start to happen. You ate from the tree of knowledge, and you wasn't supposed to. Now you know things that you shouldn't know. And we have to be careful. But the man gets judged for the family. A lot of times, my beautiful women, when we have issues with the man, you want to go tell your mother, your sister, your best friend, your girlfriend, your cousin, your ex-man, other men that you kind of like. When you have an issue with your husband and you go to him and you talk to him and you guys can't get to a common ground, you're still supposed to be submissive. And who you supposed to talk to? Because if your husband is at a line and you go to him and you talk to him and you trying to discuss with him the things that you don't agree with, if he don't line up right, you're supposed to go to God. And God takes care of everything, one way or another. Because if he's wrong and he's being spiteful and he's being mean, oh, God is going to take care of him. But you got to be careful, because if you don't have a godly man, I don't know what to tell you. Because that means your man works for the enemy. That means you're in a bad place. In the midst of you getting yourself right and cleaning yourself up, in the midst of you becoming a woman preparing herself for marriage, which is something God greatly loves and appreciates. It's one of the first things God ordained is marriage. So if you think, oh, you're just supposed to be out here messing with different people, that's not true. That's going to be a problem for you. But you have to be careful. And like I said, we choose, men and women, we choose people wrong. We first go by the application of the appearance of the man or the woman. That's the first thing on the top of the application. She gotta look good. He gotta look good. Forget all that. How many times have you had a conversation with somebody that you've never seen and they blew your mind spiritually and mentally? If this man can't blow your mind spiritually and mentally, I don't care what he looks like. How many times have you talked to somebody, spoken to somebody, written back and forth to somebody, and this person spiritually and mentally blew your mind? And then you started to see in their characters, they are who they say they are. And notice I said that like that because sometimes people aren't who they say they are, and they're good at talking, and they have the good, who this person is. He's saying he's this, he's saying he's that. Google person, make sure he's not, and I'm not gonna say make sure he's not don't have a jacket or a background or a criminal, because some of those people find love and they find good people too. But you need to know that up front. You have children, you have little girls. You need not to bring a man into the sheep clothing. And let me explain something to you, ladies. Your spirit of discernment needs to be up when you're choosing a man, because you could be choosing a monster. Don't choose him. I should do a scoop on that. Don't choose a monster. Find you a man. But a man that's looking to be married, a man that's not scared of a commitment, a man that wants to be married and wants to have a family, or wants to be a part of your family and you want to be a part of his family. But the main thing, you guys want to be a part of each other's lives forever with no interference. You have to choose a man that's not in love with women, but loves his woman. Woman, you can't love men and find a good man, because you'll find a lot of good men that you'll be in love with falling head over heels, and as soon as you're having a problem with this one's looking a little bit better. Be pure in your heart. Be pure in your heart. How you find a good man? You have to be pure in your heart. You have to be real. You have to have a spirit of discernment. If you can't see yourself, if everybody's telling you you're one way and you thinking you're another, that's a problem. You have to analyze yourself with truth. A lot of people, and I realized this, and I realized this only through experience, a lot of people believe they own bull. They believe it. Let's get real. A lot of people are a certain way, and they believe in their own bull, and they cannot see themselves. Women, know who you. Okay, yes, it's a plus if he's nice looking, but it ain't a plus if he's nice looking and he got a good left and right hook that you gotta wear. But he cute. He got good hair. I want to have a baby by him so my daughter can have good hair and cute eyes. I've heard all these stuff about women, and it's such a distraction. Oh, I want to have a baby by him because he had a real good job. He also got a real nice uppercut too. And there's some men that would never hit women. Would never hit women. They wouldn't do it. They seen their mothers beat. They would never do it. But they can't stop cheating. They need women. They don't and don't get me wrong. Let me be honest. I was in a position before where I loved women. But when I got to a position in God where I realized where God wanted me to be, I didn't love women anymore. I love the woman that I am with. I love her. I don't love women. The way a woman looks don't move me anymore. You can look like $1 million and be worth 20 cents. Women, we have to line ourselves right. You want to find a great man, you become a great woman. You want to find a awesome man, you become an awesome woman. I'm talking about in your spirit. I'm talking about for real. I'm talking about when somebody do you dirty, you don't go back and try to do them dirty. You don't talk about them. You don't gossip. You don't do this. You don't do that. You don't go back and go eye for eye. And you don't got to be vengeful because he cheated on you and he did that and he did this. Leave him and don't take it to the next relationship. And before you even get into a relationship, like, you should let a man know, I'm not having sex into marriage. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have sex into marriage. And let him know that. And be careful, because let me explain something to you. And this is two-sided. You can say that to a man. You can say, I'm not having sex into marriage. And some men, right then and there, going to let you know, oh, okay, I understand, got you. And they'll be your friend, and they'll keep it moving. And some of them be your friend until they feel like, you go in the fold, because a lot of women say that. Yeah, whatever. That ain't the thing. They say that just to say it, but it ain't the truth. They don't be trying at all. I ain't talking about the ones who's trying. I ain't throwing stones at y'all, because some of y'all try and you fall short, because we all fall short a lot. But my thing is, that's supposed to be your ultimate goal. You're supposed to have a relationship with God first. And if you haven't been celibate for a good amount of time, and I ain't talking about a couple of weeks or a month, because that's easy for anybody. I'm talking about a good amount of time. You being celibate, you saying I'm not having sex, or abstinence. I'm not having sex until marriage because I've been through a lot. I got kids, I got baby daddies, I got a baby daddy, and I don't want to be a baby mama no more. I want to be a wife, because that's what God wants for my life. I want to be a good balance. I want to be a good balance to my child. I want them to see that, yes, I made some mistakes, but this is who I am now. That's what you do. You let a man know, no, I'm not having sex. No, we're not going to be touching and rubbing. No. Let's get to know each other first. And I think when you do that, it's so much more pure when it's real. And be careful of those guys who down with it. And I'm talking about them church guys, because they the worst. Oh yeah, me either. Yeah, me too. But every day they lusting after you. Every day they trying to get you. And then some of them, they ain't lusting after you. They ain't trying to get you. Some of them working you. Because they ain't trying to touch you. They ain't trying to hump you. They ain't trying to make love to you. They're not trying to have sex with you. They're not calling you sexy. They're not doing none of that, but they got chicks on the side. Let's be real. Let's be real. Be careful. Pick up your spirit of discernment. Pick your spirit of discernment up, ladies. Be able to see, but not judging. Be loving, but not judging. Let's be able to see. Be able to see. Don't judge. When you find out, let him go. Oh, he wasn't meant for you. A lot of women get distracted. They get so upset. Oh, I was in this relationship this long for this guy. Or excuse me. Or he wasn't in a relationship yet. And we wasn't in a relationship yet. And this guy, I thought he was just the one. You get so hurt. You get so upset. You feel like you wasted time. That was God revealing to you. Nope, not the one. Like I said, and then sometimes, guys, they make mistakes. They really got good hearts. They make mistakes, and this is the one you're probably supposed to work with. It's usually the one that don't got everything that you want. God wants you to be equally yoked. That don't always mean that we are exactly on the same level. He means hearts. Connected to him and each other. We can do this. We can work. We don't have too much of an unbalance. Or when we do have an unbalance, we balance each other else out. Have to have the spirit of discernment. Got to keep God first. Keep God first. Know who you are. Balance yourself. Get yourself right. It takes time. Don't just jump into it. And then, because some people just want somebody for right now, and they feel like, okay, every couple of years they should have somebody different, because nobody wants to grow old together anymore. They have these new things where, okay, the next one, or this next one, or I have a lot of different friends. You're not supposed to have a lot of different friends. It's not supposed to happen like that. You're not supposed to be just dating a whole bunch of people. Godly dating, you find a good man, I'm telling you, because one day one is going to be up and the next day the other one's going to be down. One day one is going to piss you off, and then the next day, this one is doing good. So no, that's not how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be dating 5 and 6 people. No. If that's the case, don't date anybody. Have guys that you talk to that are just your friends, and that's it. Then when you see one that's peeking out, that's like, wow, this man is, he seems like he could be somebody's husband, like he's different, and then take a small step. But remember, before you even take any step, get yourselves right, lady. Get yourselves right, and I'm talking about in here. You should already have this. Women are naturally smarter than men, and that's just the truth. You should already have this and get yourself right here. But see this thing right here? That's another thing. Y'all let this get in the way, and you shouldn't. Fall in love later, not first. And y'all fall in love with sex. Men do too. We fall in love with sex and sex appeal and the way a person looks. Oh, the way he moves, the way he does this, the way she do that. And the man is always sexy if he got money and he looks good and he smells good. The man is always sexy. How you treat his mama? Do he love his mama? Oh, he loves his mama. He's a ladies' man. But what kind of person is he? Is he good for my child? Is he good for my children? Is he a man that can raise my sons and make them men? Is he a man that can not be my daughter's father, but love her like he's her father and cover her and protect her? And let me explain something to you. People are good at looking good when you looking at them. How good you look when I can't see you, or when I come upon you and you've been startled. What are you really looking at? What are you really thinking about? Who are you really? And you can find that out through a lot of different things. Ex ain't always going to be able to tell you that. A lot of women like going talking to people's exes to figure out who he was. That's not always a good idea. Don't even worry about that. Like, just, I mean, yeah, they might have some good advice and all that, but be careful. Sometimes people can put things in your spirit that just is wrong. And like I said, be honest, be real with yourself first. Have a good spirit. Be pure at heart. Solicit God. Listen, God, I got some issues. And this is the thing about God. You have to have a good relationship with God first before you can be able to choose somebody great. And believe the enemy is coming. And he got some nice, dressed up, well-groomed wolves waiting for you. That's why you have a strong relationship with God, strong spiritual discernment that God gives, strong wisdom to be able to choose. Forget about how a guy looks and all that other stuff first, because he could not meet your requirements as the look. But then when you talk to him, you realize who he is, and who he is, God connects you to his spirit, and you realize that, oh, this is who he is. You can have all that, and you be like, this man is amazing. And he might be a little chunky. He might be a little lighter than what you want. He might be a little darker, a little shorter, a little shorter, a little taller. He might not have the right hair. But be a good balance in this world. And then find a man that helps you balance everything else out. Money ain't everything. Good looks definitely ain't everything. And even a job and assets, that's not everything. You have a lot of times people that have all these great things are the worst kind of people. But check who you are, because if you money hungry, then I'm sure you want somebody who makes way more money than you or just as much. But like I said, love of money is the root of all evil. Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Choose somebody that stimulates your mind and your spirit and your heart in truth. See, because a lot of people can stimulate you. A lot of people can get you there spiritually and mentally and all that, but they ain't who they say. You help you decipher if this is a good or bad person or not. That's why you have to have a good relationship with God, so he can help you decipher. And all else fall, it's hard to see our owns, right? Let's be real. Stop having it. Let me repeat this. Stop having an attitude all the freaking time. Women, please. Good men don't like women who have attitudes all the time. You're petty. You're upset because your man seems a little off or a little slow. Men are slow. I'm sorry. Men are slow. Man is not as sharp as a woman. A man is not as sharp as a woman. Great men, very intelligent. They're not as sharp as women. Stop getting mad because a man makes a mistake or he forgot something. Yes, make him work hard to realize what's good. Make him work hard to remember certain things, but don't kill him over it. Like, yes, make him work hard, make him want to do things, and he should do things, and make him like, this is what I want. But and then you be like that too. You can't be, not wanting to be giving because you think you're just supposed to be showered with everything, but you don't want to do for your man. Rub his neck sometime, rub his head, rub his back, rub his shoulders. Love on that man, because there's a woman that will do all that stuff to your man and don't love him. Now I talk about sex. They will make him feel like kings and don't love him because they want certain things from him. And you mad because you losing him to other people when you can't talk to him. He don't want to come home and speak to you because you're so angry all the time. You're so mean. It's the worst thing in the world. Let me tell you what the Bible says to men, about men. It says, a man's escape from the world is his wife. Let's meditate on that for a second. What does that mean? A man's escape from the world is his wife. Now, what does the Bible consider the world? Evil. The world is evil. If the world is evil and mean, and he got to go out there and work and be stressed out and, sitting on his shoulders. The world is always sitting on a man's shoulders trying to bring him down, and he's trying to stand up and he's trying to pray it off, and he got God. When he leaves that world and enter into his house, why are you raising hell? And I'm talking about if he's a good man. That's all I'm saying. Because even if he's not a good man, you chose him, right? Because you didn't take the first steps. You chose this man. So now, to work things out, don't mean you fight fire with fire. You become evil. You become mean. You become vindictive. You don't do that. You pray to God. You solicit God to get to him where this man needs to be. You go to God, and you go to God. You go to him, and you try to get counseling. You try to do everything you do. Get spiritual counseling. You do everything you do. But do not become the world to this man. Now, if this man is abusive, if this man is not a good man, he's cheating, he's running around, maybe you need to go talk to your pastor about getting a divorce. And because this man is just doing too much, his spiritual, sexual immortality, I believe that's, cheating and doing other crazy sexual things with other people, same sex. But you need to talk to somebody and you need to figure it out. But do not be like the world to this man. And remember, if you choose a good man, you know you got a good man. Don't be like the world. Don't be like the world. A lot of times, men going through things, they trying to figure out how to get out, get away, and their wives are not praying women. You're supposed to be a prayer. You're supposed to pray for your man, your husband. The world is coming against the man, especially the black man. The world comes against him hard. He got a light to fight against. Enemy is at him left and right. Don't be another fight for him. Don't let him give up. No. Don't let him go into other things that, he wants to make him want to come home to you. Make yourself the person that he wants you want him to be, that you want each other to be. Make yourself available to each other. Learn some new things. Talk some different ways. Be loving all the time, even when if you don't feel like being it. Baby, we're gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. You know what? Let's get down together and pray. Or let's take a vacation. Do something. Be spontaneous. You know what to do. You know what to do. You know. You hear it. These things are available to us. You know what to do to make things right. Stop being so full of yourself. Stop being so mean. Don't be mean. That's the opposite. A man hates that. That's why men want to go out and hang out with their boys. That's why men want to go out and drink and get high, because the job is on them. The world is on them. Now you on them. It's not an excuse, because a real man got to swallow it and get with God and get with his wife and get right. Now, if the man ain't treating you right, he ain't doing this, because a lot of men don't. But this is the thing. How to find a good man. You should already have chosen a good man who knows how to war, who knows how to be in warfare. Because we're behind enemy lines. As a people, as believers, we're behind enemy lines. So when we're behind enemy lines, you can't be behind enemy lines. You can't go against the grain behind enemy lines. We need to stay together, unified, united. United force. A husband and a wife can destroy a multitude of enemies with the power of God. Out of the bullshit thing. Strong family. Stop letting the enemy come in and break up and mess up the family. Stop. Get yourselves right, women. And then when your eyesight gets open, because when you praying and you fasting and you practicing abstinence, when you doing all this stuff, your eyes open up so much and you can see so much. But remember, the enemy is coming too. So always be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. Always. Believe that man is coming. God is sending him. He might even be in your presence. He might not be yet. Work on yourself. Get yourself right. Get yourself right. Pray like, God, I got some issues. Realize what your issues are in truth. Because some of y'all swear you ain't got no... In truth, recognize who you are in truth. Let God tell you who you are. You got a lot of anger issues. Get that out. Get it out. Don't say, oh, I'm not as bad as I used to be. Yeah, but you still got a lot. You still got some digging. Dig that stuff out, so you can get right and find the right man. It's some good men out here with good hearts, who not in love with women, who wants to be in love with one woman for the rest of his life. I tell a lot of people, friends, family. I tell people, my only thing I ever wanted to do, when people ask you, what do you want to do in life? Like, what do you want to do? What is your dream? You know what my dreams was? And this was at a young age. I just wanted to be a good man, have a good job, so I could have a beautiful family. Not a bunch of different baby mother, one mother, one wife, whole lot of kids. I always wanted a whole lot of kids. But that was my only goal in life. That was everything, to just be a good man, have a big family, and one woman in my life, my wife, my heir, my everything, not my God, but, and that's all I wanted, have a good family and do things with my family and my wife. And for us to be great people, and for people to see us and want to be like us, and we show them how not to be like us, but to be like God. You see me, you see we're doing a good job, a great team. We have a great team, us together, and you want to be like us. And I'm going to point to God, like, this is why we're like this. The balance. We are a part of the balance of light of Jesus Christ. We are a part of the balance of light. Good people. We want to be great people. We want to be what people say, oh, this is what I want to pattern my life about. I told them, I want to grow old with you. I don't want no other woman. I want to grow old with you. Live together forever and then die. And then see each other in heaven, however that works out. Raise your kids to go to heaven. Not just raise them to be successful. Some people are just so full of money and this and success and all that. And that's great to have that stuff, but raise your kids to go to heaven. Raise them to go to heaven. Raise your kids to go to heaven. Raise your kids to heaven. Me and my wife, to raise our kids to go to heaven. Raise yourself to go to heaven. Train up a child in the way they should go. When they get older, they won't depart. Spare the rod, spoil a child, do all that stuff. Raise our kids to be great, be better than us. Don't make the mistakes I've made. Find a great man and build. Trust God. Follow God. Follow the patterns. Get yourself right. Get yourself right with God, lined up. Be of obedience. Be of sacrifice. Be of obedience. Be of sacrifice. Be of love. Love. Don't be of war. Don't be of craziness. Don't be of speaking the wrong things. Speak great things into your wife's life, to your man's life, to your children's life. Be great when it happens and you find that person, everything, be great. And then don't let the enemy come in and break things up. Cover each other. Pray. Get on your knees and pray. As a family, together. As man and wife, together. Find that great man. He's there. He's there. Be careful. Don't be too judgmental. People have issues. But find them. Let God find them for you. That's better. God bless.